Welcome to today's webinar. I'm Diane Blazek. I'm the Executive Director of National Garden Bureau, bringing you this today. We have with us Gail Pabst, who's going to be managing the Q&A and all the chat, so she'll be posting some links in there for you. So we have 180 slides, so I think we better get started right away because we have a lot of new varieties to tell you about. First, I wanted to point out our Shop Our Members page of our website. So when you go to ngb.org, click on Shop Members, you're going to be able to find a lot of these new varieties available from our members that are retailers, as well as ask for them at your local retailers. So with that, let's get started because we're super excited to tell you all about our new varieties. And let's start with these Abelias. We have two Abelias this year. One of them is Brilliantina. So this is an Abelia with a nice, tight, compact habit that only gets 3 to 4 feet tall, and it is hardy in zones 6 through 9. And then our next one is the Abelia Suntastic Peach. You can see that gorgeous bronzy peach foliage on this one. It too is 3 feet tall, a little bit wider at 5 feet. Also hardy in zones 6 through 9. Then we have an Agastache. This one is showing 3 different colors, magenta, coral. I'm sorry, this one is showing 3 colors, but it comes in 5 colors. Magenta, coral, lemon, peach, and lilac. Great container plant, great for pollinators, only gets 18 to 24 inches tall. So this is Agastache Summerlong. Then we've got Ageratum, and this one is perfectly named. It's called Monarch Magic. Had this one in my garden this summer, and the monarchs were crazy over it. I had mine in a container. You can plant it in ground. It is short. It is drought tolerant, very low maintenance. I don't think I did anything to it all summer. So Monarch Magic, if you want to attract the butterflies to your yard. Then we have 2 ornamental onions or alliums. This first one is called Bobblehead, which I love the name of. So it's a larger, robust plant with those white lilac heads on it, 24 to 36 inches tall, hardy in zones 4 through 8. Then we also have Cobalt Millenium, which is a more compact version of the familiar Millennium. Both of these are great for pollinators. This one's only 12 to 18 inches tall, hardy in zones 4 through 8. Angelonia, you notice our little Angelonia logo down there. We celebrated 2024 as the year of the Angelonia. 2025 is something different, so you'll have to look on our website for that. This is Guardian Angel Berry Sparkler. So it has that gorgeous berry color on the pink petals with a little bit of veining also. Taller Angelonia at 18 to 24 inches tall. Then we have Angelflare, which is a new series, very upright. They call it V or base shaped. What's really impressive in this series is that new black color, it's so dark purple, it's almost black, so that one's gorgeous. It also comes in cranberry and orchid pink. And then we've got an Arborvitae. This one is a very small, 18 to 24 inches tall, hardy to zones 4. Called Golden Child. You can certainly look at that photo and see why it's called Golden Child with that golden foliage. And then we've got some asters. Now this is a series called Mina Plus, and it comes in 3 different colors, blue, pink, and scarlet. All of them very vivid jewel toned at 24 to 36 inches tall, make great cut flowers. Now Azalea Encore, Autumn Moonstruck. This is the first Encore Azalea that has variegated foliage. It is 5 to 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide. It is hardy in zones 7A to 10B. Then how about this? A hardy banana. It is called Ever Red because it does have some red veining and stripes on those leaves. It is over 6 feet tall, hardy to zone 5. Will certainly bring a tropical feel to your garden. And now we got a couple basils, and what's really exciting about basils right now is how they're being bred to be powdery mildew resistant. So the first one we have is Everleaf Lemon. And this one from the Everleaf series, so very short internodes. They produce a prolific number of leaves. If you're wanting to make pesto, this is the one for you. Either the regular Everleaf or the lemon series. I used a combination of both, the regular ones and the lemons, because a lot of times I like to use lemon juice in my pesto to just give it a little bit of that citrusy taste. This one also won the Green Thumb Award. If you don't know about the Green Thumb, it is another program that we do, and there's a part of our new plants page on our website tells you all about the Green Thumb Award winners. So Everleaf Lemon is a Green Thumb Award winner and a new variety. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we've got a tiny little bonsai, part of the Kitchen Minis collection. So this one is great because then you don't have to worry about snipping or tearing your basil leaves to put them on a garnish on your pasta or pizza. All you have to do is pull a few leaves and toss them right on there. It's only 12 inches tall, great to grow in containers, and you can grow it indoors as well. Now we've got a begonia called Adora Emerald Salmon. Double flowers, mounded habit, under 12 inches tall. So that's a nice new color on the Adora series. Speaking of series, there's the Viking series, and we've had two of these that are AAS winners, but they have come out with a new one that is the white on green. The Viking series is an exploring, trailing habit, but pure white flowers with that yellow center, and they are 18 to 24 inches tall. And we have some blueberries, Bountiful Bell blueberries. So they are hardy in zones 7 and 9, so definitely for our southern friends. New growth has an icy rose hue to it, but wouldn't you like to grow your own blueberries? Now we've got boxwood. So again, if you're dealing with boxwood blight, you might want to think of these newer varieties that are blight resistant, and it's called Better Boxwood. This particular one is Renaissance, that it is a compact 1 to 2 feet tall. So if you want a little low hedge, this would be the one for you. Hardy in zones 5 through 9. And now we've got some broccoli. And this is Purple Magic. Purple Magic is a dual award winner. So it won the AAS award in our trials. It also won the Green Thumb Award that I mentioned earlier for an innovative product. And what's innovative is the purple stem as well as the purple head. Very easy to grow, stress and heat tolerant, and wonderful broccoli taste, nice and sweet and tender. Speaking of sweet and tender, you get that in these long stems on Sky Tree broccoli. This is another AAS winner. So it's a stem broccoli, so it's very easy to harvest, but those long stems remain sweet and tender. They don't get woody at all. So broccoli Sky Tree. Now let's go to a burning bush. This one won a Green Thumb Award as well. What is innovative and game-changing about it, it is the only seedless, sterile, non-invasive burning bush on the market right now. 5 to 6 feet tall, hardy in zones 4 through 8. So that's wonderful. Buddleia. Last year was the year of the Buddleia, and kind of along those lines of sterility, a lot of the new Buddleia are being bred to be low seed set or sterile so that we don't have the invasive problem with Buddleia. What we have here is Trippy Pink, 6 to 8 feet tall, hardy in zones 5 through 9. Here's Butterfly Candy Lil Raspberry. It is only 2 to 3 feet tall, but has a nice vibrant color on it. Hardy in zones 5 through 10. And then we have Little Rockstars Red. This was entered into our Green Thumb Award, and it came out on top. It is also a very compact series, under 12 inches tall, hardy in zones 5 through 9. Now we're going to go to an edible, this cabbage, 24 to 36 inches tall, produces nice size heads of cabbage that you can harvest or you can grow throughout the 3 seasons. And it's kind of a spring collard for the north. So that's wonderful for those of us who are growing in the north. We have two Calibrachoas. This is Calipetit Apricot Dream. Breeding breakthrough, naturally compact, great for mini color bowls. It is under 12 inches tall. Then we have Calibrachoa Leo, Abstract Lemon Cherry. So we have some nice yellow hued Calibrachoas here. This one won the Green Thumb Award. Again, it is a controlled semi-trailing growth habit. Then we've got mini famous Uno Funtopia, and look at those blue and white and pink and white blooms, double blooms, great for baskets and containers. Now let's move on to a canna. You grow this one from seed, which is super fun, vibrant yellow with golden orange spots on it. Looks like a leopard. It is part of the Canova series, gets 24 to 36 inches tall. I know I grew this one last summer and those blooms were just stunning. Okay, now we've got Carex. It's kind of funny. We were just talking about plant trends the other day, and somebody was saying Carex, and we have, I believe, 3 different Carex in our new varieties this year. Our first one is Bunny Blue, so it's got the blue-green strap leaves, and it will spread to make a nice ground cover. It's under 12 inches tall. What's great, it's deer resistant. Hardy zones 5 through 9. And we have this one, Feather Falls, adds a nice feathery texture, also 12 to 18 inches tall, hardy in zones 6 through 9. Then we go from Feather Falls to Moon Falls, and this one will grow rapidly. It does stay 12 to 18 inches tall, and it is hardy in zones 5 through 9. Then we've got one carrot. This is called Narvik. Nice even carrots instead of going down to a point. These are nice and even, deliciously sweet, strong roots. Really good to be grown in smaller spaces. And then celosia. Celosia is always a good one. Have 3 or 4, I believe, celosias this year. Our first one is Arabona Pink. And if you notice, I'm trying to put these in alphabetical order by variety name. So Arabona is a new series that came out a year or so ago, and this is the pink version. It's compact, solid plumes on this one, 12 to 18 inches tall, carefree gardening. Bright Sparks is a brand new series, and this one comes in, I believe, 3 different colors, a golden yellow, an orangish red, and a ruby red. Also 12 inches tall. This one is our AAS winner that we just announced late last year. It's called Burning Embers. And what's unique about this one is the bronze foliage with dark pink veins and then the nice pink spiky plumes on top. Now we have 2 red buds. Here's this Garden Gems Amethyst. This one is compact. You see that they're showing it in a container. The size and shape and color of those leaves kind of mimic the look of a Japanese maple, but it is a North American native, and it is hardy in zones 5 through 9. And then Midnight Express is a much larger version, so make a statement in your garden with this 20 to 30 foot tall version. It also gets 10 to 20 feet wide, and it is hardy in zones 5 through 9. It does have bright pink pea-shaped blooms in the spring, and then it will turn a golden orange hue in the fall. So that one's gorgeous. Here we have this Crisconon Pierre green and gold. It is a very nice ground cover, has soft green foliage and charming yellow flowers. It does not get more than 6 inches tall, and it's hardy in zones 5 through 9. Now we have Clarkia, and there are 2 different colors here. One is Rosy Cheek to Cheek, which is actually a mix of 4 pastels. And then there is also Salmon Queen, which you see in the smaller photo there in the corner. These are 24 to 36 inches tall, and they make great cut flowers. Coleus. We only have 1 Coleus last year, so let's focus on this one. It's called Lemon Zest, and it has the lemon green leaves with that dark burgundy foliage in veins, 18 to 24 inches tall. And as we know, coleus, we grow it for the foliage, not for the flowers. So what's great is this is very late flowering, and you can always pinch them off if they come on. Here's a combination for you. This is called Blueberry Parfait. So it's a mix of a Calibrachoa, Petunia, and a Verbena, multi-species mix, yet a very nice mix of colors with the lavenders and purples and light pinks and whites in there. Very compacted, under 12 inches tall. So just that's what you call a buy it and place it, and it's already made for you. Cordyline Magic Star. This one has the rosy pink interior leaves and then the variegated leaves, 30 inches tall, hardy zones 6 to 8. Great for containers, great used as an annual in northern climates, and try bringing it indoors and see if you can have it be a nice statement piece inside as well. Coreopsis. This one is called Makeup. Very compact mounding habit, lots of branching. You can grow this from seed. It is a first-year flowering perennial. So if you're interested, start that early. And you're going to have some wonderful Coreopsis blooming all summer long. And look at this paint, look at this corn. It's called Painted Hills. Only 70 to 85 days to maturity. Perfect for shorter growing seasons. Of course, it's corn, it's going to get large, but you can grow it in garden plots and raised beds. So there you go. Try to grow a sweet corn in your raised beds. Here's a Cosmos. Looks like I'm left an S off of this. Cosmos Seashells Red. Unique rolled petals that have a lighter pink on the outside and that darker pink on the inside. 3 to 4 feet tall, and this too is a Green Thumb Award winner. And now we have 2 crab apples. Both of them are very good for cold zones. Both of them are hardy in zones 2 through 7. So this one is 20 to 25 feet tall, early blooming, highly fragrant, and mature leaves then take on a green bronzy hue. And then this one is a columnar type of crabapple. It's called Green Wall Spire. Would be great used as like a privacy screen or as a specimen plant. 18 to 20 feet tall, but very narrow. And again, hardy in zones 2 through 7. Cyclamen Illusia. So for most of us, this will probably be a winter house plant, but it's got a very unique flower shape and color. It is only 12 inches tall. Here's another cyclamen. I love the name CY. So CY, it's doing so well for you. It does tolerate higher temperatures. It's only 5 to 8 inches tall, makes a great container plant. And it looks like it's coming in 4 different colors there. The pink, the red, the fuchsia, and the white. Another AS winner, this is Dahlia Black Forest Ruby, very self-explanatory. The Black Forest is the foliage. Ruby are those vibrant ruby colored flowers. I know I grew this one last year, and the pictures that I took in the yard just with my iPhone were stunning, 20 to 27 inches tall. Here's another Dahlia, Hypnotica Candy Corn. So love it or hate that Halloween candy, I think you're gonna love this Dahlia. Grow it all summer, have it out for Halloween, also 8 to 24 inches tall. Hypnotica is the series and Candy Corn is the variety. Mystic Wizard. This one too has some nice dark foliage, and this one has bright pink blooms, 2 to 3 feet tall, jewel tones in there. They define the foliage as mahogany to black. Then we have Venti for the series, and this is magenta with a white eye. So you've got the magenta colored flowers that have the white interior petals. Great for containers or gardens, makes a thriller, 12 to 18 inches tall. Look at that. They say a great landing pad for butterflies. We had a webinar last year where we were talking about butterflies, and I think we used the word landing pad about 1,000 times in our webinar. We were talking about plants that are good for butterflies, and one of the emphasis was give them a landing pad. Here's another dahlia, Rocco Ball. So very spherical shaped, a mighty miniature delight, 3 to 4 feet tall, hardy in zones 3 through 10, and make great cut flowers. Okay, so now we have a Delosperma. The name and the color is just stunning. Kaleidoscope razzle dazzle. It has improved cold hardiness. It is now hardy in zones 5B to 10, and it has a gorgeous iridescent coloration of fuchsia and raspberry. And 2 delphiniums for you, Hunky Dory. This one's only 18 to 24 inches tall. It is hardy to zone 5. You see 3 colors here, which is the darker blue, the light blue, and white. Great branching means a lot more flowers. And then this one is called Delgenius Kingsley. It is only 18 to 24 inches tall, hardy in zones 3 through 5, so very cold hardy. Fresh look, semi-double royal blue purple flowers. So that's Delgenius Kingsley. Now we're going to move on. We have several dianthus, and we're going to start with Capitan Magnifica. This is an AS winner, great for the landscape or containers, beautiful pink blooms with a light edge around it. One shearing will encourage repeat blooming, or just keep cutting them off and bringing them indoors for a nice little miniature petite bouquet. And by you cutting them, it's going to keep blooming more and more. Another dianthus, Cliff Red Spot. I'm thinking of a certain big red dog when I see this. New series that is earlier to bloom. It is 12 inches tall, hardy in zones 4 through 9 with very red blooms on it. And then we've got Dart. This is naturally compact, under 12 inches tall, so they call it a petite size dianthus. Great for early spring color. Comes in 5 different colors: pink magician, purple, white picotee, scarlet, and plain white. And then we've got Everlast. This is called Ruby Edge. So ruby colored flowers with a light pink edge, tough as nails, under 12 inches tall, hardy to zone 5A. And it continually flowers from early spring, and then it will rebloom in summer and again in the fall. Deity's Milky Way, very tough plant, a clumping habit, 24 to 36 inches tall, hardy in zones 8 to 11. It does come from the Southern Living and Sunset Plant Collection, so definitely designed for those climates. Hey, I don't see why we can't use it as an annual in the northern. So, just experiment. Don't think just because it's for warmer climates that you can't use it. You can use it as an annual. It'll add some interest to your containers. Digitalis, here we go. We got one Digitalis. It's called Arctic Fox. Lemon cream is the color, which is a great description of that color. Soft cream accent, good for cottage gardens or perennials. It is hardy zone 5A to 9A and is 18 to 24 inches tall. Then we got a Diplodenia. This is from Sun Parasol series, and it's called Fired Up Orange. It looks like fires. It looks like flames. It looks orange. Beautiful flat pinwheel shape, which is unique. It's 18 to 24 inches tall, so one of the shorter, bushier types. And now we've got an Echinacea, kind of going along this orange theme here. So this is a bright orange hue, matures to a lovely peach. It's called Sombrero Mandarin Mambo, 18 to 24 inches tall, hardy in zones 4B to 9B. And again, Echinacea, one of those natives for a big portion of the United States. So that'll be a great one to plant for pollinators in your native garden. Fittonia Network News Nightly. That's a lot of N's in one plant name. But it's also called nerve plant, so another N. Dainty, spilling, trailing plant, dark green leaves with pink veins, beautiful house plant. And now we have a gardenia, so going big. This is Big Beauty, a big wow with fragrant double flowers, 6 to 7 feet tall and wide, nice spherical shape, hardy to zone 7 for our southern friends. And then we got garlic. Look at this, 290 days to maturity. So, do the math on that as to when you plant it. You'll want to harvest it midsummer. And an interesting red color gives it a very earthy garlic taste. Yum, making me hungry for some good Italian food. Garlic bread, garlic toast. Gora Flutterby, Fountains Gold. So this is a North American native, beautiful fluttery flowers, 2 feet tall and wide, hardy to zone 5, great for pollinators. Now a new series of geraniums. This is the Falcon series. And if you know geraniums, there are tons and tons and tons of geraniums that are propagated from seed. And then there are tons and tons of geraniums propagated vegetatively. One of the great things about vegetatively propagated is the continuously bloom and bloom and bloom. And seed geraniums might suddenly start to want to put some of their energy into producing seed. That's what they're born to do. This Falcon series is seedless. Don't ask me how they get the seeds, because I don't understand that part. But it does not set seeds, which means it will be continually blooming. So don't have to deadhead. Comes in 5 different colors that you see there: orange, scarlet, salmon, violet, and white. Another geranium, Glory Days, and this is the red-orange bicolor. Gail and I both had this in our gardens last summer, and she and I both said that the color was just stunning. I mean, there's no photoshopping here. It really is that color, and it is heat tolerant and self-cleaning, so less maintenance. Isn't that wonderful? And it's less than 12 inches tall. Then we've got a Gerbera Garvinia. So it's a tender perennial, hardy to zone 7, nice vibrant red Gerbera with that dark center and great flower power. Hellebores, we have 2 hellebores, which I think are kind of trending right now. A lot more people have an interest in hellebores. This is called Frost Kiss Elemental. So it's a 2-toned flower, kind of mauve-y with that lighter center. It's an early bloomer, 12 to 18 inches tall, hardy zones 5 through 8. And then our other hellebore was entered into our Green Thumb Award and won. It's called Endless. And endless means that it is a longer bloom time, and you can tell from the picture that the flowers are more upward facing, so you don't have to put that mirror in your garden in order to see the full flower. So this one is 12 to 18 inches tall and hardy zones 5 through 9. Now we go to a hardy hibiscus, Cookies and Cream. Looks like a cookies and cream ice cream cone, right? So you've got those chocolate black foliage with the white, vibrant white flowers. It's gorgeous. Large 5 to 6 inch flowers, and it's 24 to 36 inches tall, hardy in zones 4 through 9. Hollyhock. This is an upright clump forming perennial, 5 to 6 feet tall, and it offers rust resistance. Hardy in zones 3 through 9. So this is Hollyhock Park Frieden. Then we have a little holly. So this is a little dense, compact holly, 18 to 24 inches tall, hardy in zones 6 through 9. And that too is from the Southern Living Plant Collection. Hydrangea. Oh, hydrangeas. We always have tons of new hydrangeas. It's our most popular item. Our most popular blog post, our most popular webinars. So enjoy. We've got quite a few hydrangeas for you. So let's start with Bouncy. Makes me want to bounce in my seat to talk about this one. Very strong stems. So it's got large flower heads, but strong stems. So it means it'll bounce a little bit. Pure white panicle flowers, 5 to 6 feet tall, hardy in zones 3 through 8. Good zone hardiness there. Then we've got Fairy Trail Green. So green flowers on a 3 to 4 foot tall shrub, hardy in zones 6 through 9. Trail means trailing, arching habit. It'd be fun to see the future colors that they bring out in this Fairy Trail series. Then we got Flowerful, and this one too was in our Green Thumb Award. It won the People's Choice Division. Tons and tons of white blooms, makes a focal point, strong stems, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, and it's hardy in zones 3 through 9. The next hydrangea is a game changer. Look at the flower size. So largest paniculata flowers on the market. And it is 18 to 24 inches tall. So it could go in containers or it could be kind of front of the garden focal point with those beautiful pink flowers. It is hardy zones 5 through 11. Then we've got hydrangea high ocean. This is an indoor gift plant hydrangea. Lush foliage, 18 to 24 inches tall and wide. Then we have the Seaside series. So this is Seaside Serenade, named for Pebble Beach, dark purple mophead flowers. It's 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, and it is hardy in zones 6 through 9. And now we're going to move on to Impatiens. And we have two mixes here, both of which are named for lighthouses. So this is the Impatiens Beacon Chicago mixture, named after the Chicago Harbor Lighthouse. The colors in this mix are violet shades, white, and a new color, which is blue pearl. And then we've got the Otway mixture, and this is named after the Cape Otway Lighthouse in Australia. The colors in this series are lipstick, rose, and light pink. And if you don't know this about the Beacon Impatiens, they are Impatiens downy mildew resistant. So if you love Impatiens like I do, if you have a lot of shade like I do, you're going to want to try this Beacon series, either the mixes or the solid colors. And then also in Impatiens is the sun patience. So these are the ones that will do as well as in sun as in shade. New color, which is called lavender, and this is the compact version. So it's 18 to 24 inches tall with very large blooms. Then we got a kohlrabi for you. This is an AS winner, recently announced. Very long harvest window. What's really unique is that smooth purple skin. So it is a very flavorful, crunchy bulb coming in purple for you. Lantana. So now we've got a nice heat and drought tolerant plant, fiery red and yellow blooms on fire frost. Naturally spreading, it's about 3 feet wide, 12 to 18 inches tall, almost a ground cover. Hardy to zone 7, but we certainly use lantana as an annual, tons in the north. Lavender, Layla, Presto Blue, larger flowers than most angustifolia lavenders. So well branched, prolonged flowering, 12 to 18 inches tall, hardy in zones 5 through 9. Now we've got 3 leucanthemum, which I don't think we've had 3 leucanthemum before, but this must be something that people are very interested in. Leucanthemum lemon puff is nice lemon colored flowers, light yellow, pale yellow, very soft, almost double. I'd say those are double flowers. So they're very fluffy looking, 12 to 18 inches tall, hardy to zone 4. Another leucanthemum, well, we have 2 from the Real series. This is Real Gold Cup, hardy to zone 5, 24 to 36 inches tall, strong stems, and that would be perfect for cut flowers. And then the other one from the Real series is Jewel. So it's a new yellow, saturated color with shredded petals, 12 to 18 inches tall, so it's more compact and hardy to zone 5. Now we've got a Leucotho paisley pup. This is a North American native. An evergreen, comes in an array of colors. It has fragrant white flowers, 3 to 4 feet tall, hardy zones 5 through 8. Now we've got a lupin, which is a little bit smaller, more compact for smaller gardens or containers. Sweetly scented flowers, white with some touches of pink, and it is 24 to 36 inches tall and wide. Now here's a mandevilla from the Sun Parasol series. This is original XP blue for you. Coral pink blooms, and then they open to reveal velvety dark blue purple blooms. So that gives you a nice assortment of colors there. Non-stop blooms, 12 to 18 inch tall. So this is one of the bushy types of mandevilla. Know your mandevillas. We have a video on that that tells you to make sure you read the tags and look at the height and length that it gets to. Marigold Mango Tango, another AS winner. This is a bicolor flower with yellow edges and the red centers. Vigorous plants, very large flowers, only get to 8 to 10 inches tall, but they will just bloom their little heads off all summer for you. Monstera, look at our little logo there, Year of the Monstera. 2025 is the Year of the Monstera. We had a wonderful webinar last Friday. If you didn't get a chance to see it, go on to our YouTube or our webinar page on our website, and you'll be able to watch the recording. We had a delightful panel. They told us so many new things about how to grow Monstera and how to care for winter plants in general. So go check out that webinar. This is Mysteria deliciosa. And this one the younger plant will have solid green leaves, but then as they mature, the fenestrations, those slits in the leaves, will develop more fully, and they will get over 6 feet tall. And part of the reason I learned about the fenestrations in the leaves is just overall plant health and resilience. So, you know, out in the wild, in rainforest and that, as the winds come through, the winds will blow through those holes in the leaves rather than make it bend over. So, little tidbit for our Monstera. Here's the other one, Thai Constellation. This is the one that during COVID was getting a lot of attention about how much they were selling for. They are much more readily available to houseplant collectors and hobbyists now. These leaves could get 3 feet across, but pretty much easy to grow, I found out during our webinar. Moringa, also called drumstick tree, also called the bin oil tree. So 60 to 170 days to maturity, can be used for medicinal purposes. Make sure you do your research if you're thinking about using anything for medicinal purposes. Mustard seeds, this would be grown as microgreens, so only 7 to 10 days and you'll have microgreens, and this is a new variety, Black Knight Tetsoi. Nasturtium baby series. I'm sorry, I put baby gold up there, but it's actually the baby series. Gold is the big picture. The smaller picture on the left is yellow, and then the smaller picture on the lower right is red. So this is a regional AAS winner, and we now have 4 colors in the series because there's also rose. And by the way, remember, nasturtiums are edible. So you can not only have pretty flowers and decor, but then you can put them in your salads as well. Okay, Nemesia, Essential Passionberry. This is a new color in the series. It's a vibrantly colored bicolor bloom with that yellow and purple. Hardy to zone 9, but use them as annuals elsewhere. Ornamental kales, we have a couple. Here's Bright and Early, so it is earlier to color up because, you know, ornamental kales need that cooler temperature. So this one will start to color with slightly less cooler temperatures. Does that make sense? I hope you figured that out. Under 12 inches tall, nice crowned plant. On the other end of the spectrum, we have these tall kales called Crane Early White. They get to be 3 to 4 feet tall. And then the other one is Early Red. So try growing those and then have them as a cut flower in your fall arrangements. Now we've got an ornamental pepper, Acapulco XP, bright, bold colors for summer and fall. Compact, 12 inches tall, ornamental pepper. Don't try to eat them. You're growing them for the beauty, not for the edible. Fine, I'll tell you later about peppers to eat, okay? Osteospermum, Aquila Hawaii Sunset Mix. Look at those. It looks like a Hawaiian sunset right there, doesn't it? With those varying colors. Again, kind of an iridescent color on them, great for hummingbirds, pollinators, under 12 inches tall, hardy zones 9 to 11. We can use them as annuals, so take advantage of Aquila Hawaii Sunset Mix. Pak Choi, a fast-growing pak choi, but also it is heat tolerant and slow to bolt. And we all want that with climate change, right? Passion fruit, you've got Poppin' Passion. Bring a taste of the tropics in your own backyard if you're in zones 9 to 11, but they're not overly large. They're only 30 inches tall. a pennisetum, water to wine. And I think that's an indication of the changing colors of this one. So you have a lot of different colors, like the flower heads will be cinnamon colored, and then they'll morph over. The black flowers go from bright green to like rusty brown. So a lot of different variability, not variability, it's designed to do this, but a lot of varying colors throughout the season on water to wine. By the way, hardy to zone 5. Then we've got one penstemon. This is called Bejeweled Pink Pearls. So that is a nice vibrant pink there. It is a native to the southeastern US, 18 to 24 inches tall, hardy in zones 4 through 8. Now we got some peppers we can tell you about. These are the ones you grow to eat. Here's a nice one. It would be like these mini peppers, and it's actually the Corno di Toro peppers in 3 different colors. So it is sold as a mix by Johnny Selected Seeds, and they're sweet and attractive smaller versions of Carmen and Escamillo, which are actually both AAS winners. So this gives you a miniature version of those winning varieties. And then we've got hot Portugal. So we go from sweet to hot. This one has good resistance to TMV. It is 24 to 36 inches tall. So it'll be medium to hot. So depending on how spicy you like things, it should be perfect for you. And then we got another sweet one. This is another mini pepper. This is an AS winner called Pick and Pop Yellow. So just imagine picking them and popping them in your mouth when you're out in the garden. There's no better taste, right, than picking your tomatoes and peppers, watermelon, eating them right out in the garden. Radish, well, clean your radishes off. But anyway, I got a little distracted there. High yielding and disease resistant. Then we've got this one, another compact, another mini pepper on a compact plant. You can see this is growing in a container, and you can grow it in a container as small as like 5 to 7 inches, but it puts those nice red snacking peppers on there, good yield. And these are super cute. It's called Spooky Red. So they're little pumpkin-shaped peppers, sweet peppers. They start out that ghostly light green, and then they mature to the red. So again, something else you could grow in a very small container. And then the opposite end of the spectrum, which is not a snacking pepper. This is a big pepper. It's called Red Impact. It's a Lamayo type pepper. And from what I've been told, Lamayo type peppers are harder to grow. So with this new hybrid, it's easier to grow, produces very thick, sweet walled peppers that are very high yielding. So try that one, Red Impact. And now we're moving back to flowers. So this is Pericallus from the Cinetti series, Blue Spoon, perfectly named. You've got those blue-purple petals that look exactly like a spoon, which is a groundbreaking new spoon type, 12 to 18 inches tall. And now we're going to talk about petunias. Hope you like petunias. We might have more petunias than what we did hydrangeas. So you can tell what's popular. If it's popular at retail, they're going to put more emphasis into the breeding and putting more into our new varieties program. So this one is called Capella Rim Raspberry, raspberry colored petunia with a white rim around it. Perfect for containers and hanging baskets. It's only 12 inches tall, but boy, it looks like it's going to grow to about 24 inches wide and really fill the container. Now we've got an easy wave, and we have to say happy birthday to Wave Petunias. They are 30 years old this year. And they have declared May 3rd to be National Wave Day. So be on the lookout for that. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fun celebrations this year. So as part of that, they have this new navy velour easy wave. And it's so dark navy that it's almost purpley black. And it's typical wave performance. And it's under 12 inches tall. So definitely will form a trailing habit. Again, good in containers and in ground. The Easy Wave also came out with a rose, an iridescent neon pink rose color. And then we've got the rose morn. And so this one, when it's a morn, it usually has that yellow and white throat or center to the flower. And then it has the rosy pink external part of the petals. Oh, and the shake series. So the bottom one there that says shake raspberry, that's an AES winner. And again, I mentioned earlier how much fun I have writing some of these descriptions for AES winners. And that shake raspberry was very fun, just total Americana portrayed in that description. So there are 3, shake strawberry, shake blueberry. Sorry, the names kind of fell off the screen there. And they are all produced from seed, but they just have a huge array and variety of bloom types and coloration patterns on there. But they really do look like you've got a milkshake with this berry swirl through them. So there you go, shake series, strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry. Now we've got a Surfinia, heavenly blackberries and cream. So again, this one looks like a bowl of blackberries with cream, or a bowl of ice cream with a blackberry on it. So it's got the black center with the gorgeous vanilla-y yellow external with a little bit of that black veining through it too. And then we've got the Trilogy Gen 2 series. And the new colors here are red, the larger photo, and purple, the smaller photo. Novel domed habit, you can see that in those pictures. And then we've got, this is a vegetatively propagated petunia that just won the AAS award. It's called Deco Max Pink. So I believe there are others in the Deco Max series, other colors, but this one was entered. And what's special about this one, a lot of times they'll be bragging about the size of the flowers. But in the case of petunias, if you get them too large, they're going to really droop, in weather, and especially when rain or once you water them, if you water them overhead. So the Petunia Deco Max series has a slightly smaller flower, which makes it much more resilient. So still has a ton of flowers, great pink, soft pink color. But this one did win the AAS award. So try Deco Max Pink. And then Painted Love Purple. So this is another gorgeous petunia that has that white rim with a vibrant purpley fuchsia pink center there. And then we've got Super Cow Premium. These are 2 new colors. Rose Pink is the larger photo, and then Rose Star is the smaller photo. And star always means the star pattern of that rose, which is a bicolor there with the 2 colors of pink. And now we'll move on to a philodendron. This one won the Green Thumb Award for both professional and People's Choice. It's called Prismacolor Orange You Gorgeous. Sounds like elementary kids knock knock joke or something. Orange You Gorgeous. But that name is indicative. Look at that golden bronzy orange color on the leaf. And this is a very nice houseplant, just growing to 18 to 24 inches tall. And staying indoors, we have a poinsettia. This is called Ruby Red, which is one of the most intense reds on the market. So when this fall comes around and you're looking to buy your new poinsettia for the holidays, look for Ruby Red. Now we have Portulaca, heat-loving Portulaca. This is called Mega Pizzazz Papaya Twist. So the twist is that papaya orange yellow coloration on the petals, but again, definitely heat-loving. So kind of succulent too. So it's drought tolerant and pretty low maintenance, which is wonderful. And we have 2 pothos going back indoors. This is a green variegation. It's called Fernando's Fire because it was a sport found in the greenhouse by Mr. Fernando. So they named it after him. So you can see how vibrant, almost neon, that variegation is on the leaves. And the other pothos is called Neon Joy. Now, this one, it's kind of deceiving. It's here in a small container and looks very petite, but this one can grow over 6 feet tall. But again, gives some neon green coloration to those leaves. And now we've got a primula or primrose, and it's called Pretty Polly Blushing Pink. Beautiful pink with a little bit of salmon yellow interior on those. And it's a slightly taller, more vigorous primrose. And ranunculus, long vase life, 7 to 10 days. And look at that mix of colors in the azure. So it's often fun when you can find a mix and you get all these different colors in one. So try this ranunculus azure. Rhododendron. Now here's one. We had talked earlier about boxwood and boxwood blight. If maybe you just can't get rid of the blight in your area and you want something different, here's a rhododendron. It's hardy zones 5 through 9 and does have pink flowers, blush pink. So you can see that they're kind of using it as an edging. You can create like a little hedge border out of this. You could also just use it as a single statement plant. But if you want to do rhododendron, here, Bloom Bucks Blush. And roses, couple roses for you. Always have to have some roses. Oh So Easy, meaning oh so easy to grow. In Fuego. So very colorful flowers, start off yellow and red and then fully open to an electric orange. 3 to 4 feet tall, hardy in zones 4 through 9. And then Loves Me Not. A very fragrant rose, gorgeous deep pink hybrid tea roses, 5 to 6 feet tall, hardy zones 6 to 11. Rose Brick House Orange, very vibrant orange flowers, only grows 18 to 24 inches tall, hardy zones 5 to 11. And then our last rose is Eau de Parfum. We've had quite a few colors in this series over the years. And this one is called Blush. Again, very fragrant, disease resistant, 5 to 6 feet tall, hardy zones 5 through 10. Now we've got a Rose of Sharon, which has those fluffy double peony-like blooms, very fast growing in zones 5 through 9, and I'll get 5 to 6 feet tall. Salvias. Salvias are always very fun. I think we love them because our pollinators love them. But this one is called Blue Sky, larger, supersized, good flower spikes, 24 to 36 inches tall and hardy in zones 3 through 8. Every time I look at these lower zones, I'm very happy for our Canadian friends that we have some things that will grow well for you. Salvia Vibe, this is Ignition Orange, and I don't think you've ever seen an orange in a salvia before. 18 to 24 inches tall and wide, hardy to zone 7. I'll use it as an annual next year for sure. And Salvia Perpetual Purple. So these have a very, very dark purple coloration, 12 to 18 inches tall, hardy in zones 5 through 8. Now we've got a Scaevola Surdiva Fashion Pink. Looks kind of like a ball gown or something with the beautiful dark vibrant pink centers to those petals. Heat-loving plant, under 12 inches tall, definitely an annual, but heat and drought tolerant. Speaking of, we've got a sedum, excellent for water-wise gardening. 12 inches tall, 16 inches wide, hardy in zones 4 through 9. Strong branching, doesn't fall open. I know historically with some of the older sedums, you get that flopping and you have an empty center. So look for some of the newer varieties that don't do that. Snapdragon, here we have an AAS winner double shot. We had orange bicolor as a winner about 2 years ago, and now we have yellow red heart. So it's got a very soft, delicate yellow flower, semi-double with a red throat, 18 to 20 inches tall. And a sorghum. Have you ever tried sorghum before? Try it. You can use it fresh or dry it. Use it as an ornamental. It has good base life, 3 to 4 feet tall, some nice long stems. Somebody give this a try. I want to hear how this is. And I think I'm going to try it too. I love those fall colors in it. Just makes you think of fall. A sorrel. Here we go. A perennial herb, 12 to 18 inches tall, hardy in zones 5 through 12. Gives it a bright, unique coloration, and it will mature in 65 to 75 days. Now we got some squash. Last year was the year of the squash, so I think a lot of people were putting emphasis on squash. We have two butternuts here. First one is Block Party, and high yielding, great storage ability. You know, you got all this squash that you're harvesting in the fall and you want it to last through winter. So look for something with good storage ability. This has a wider neck, so higher percentage of edible flesh with that thick neck and a very good flesh to seed cavity ratio. And then we have Ceres, and this one is really good for early maturity. Nice size fruits, 3.5 to 4.5 pounds, and you can harvest 90 to 95 days from direct sow. And then a different type of squash, this little guy is so cute. Green Lightning, again, another one that was really, really, please go read it on the AAS website. It was so fun to write this one, maybe because I'm a big fan of the movie Grease, but anyway, early to mature, beautiful green and light green striped fruits with a small seed cavity, so you get a decent amount of edible flesh. And then we got another squash called Thriller, again, fun to write. A psychedelic color pattern, you can use it for decorative purposes as well as edible. These are 1 to 2 pound fruits, another AAS winner. St. John's wort brigadoon, a stunning chartreuse foliage. So it grows low, could definitely be planted as a ground cover or for erosion prevention, hardy in zones 5 through 8. Then we've got Stokes Aster called Riptide, which is a new series, moderately sized, dense habit, lots of flowers, hardy in zones 5 through 9. And Strawflower, this is called king size, large 2.5-inch flowers, comes in 2 colors, white with blush, that pink blush on it, and fiery orange. And can't you just hear that crackle? You can't see my hand, but you know, as you're like touching and feeling a straw flower, how you get that nice papery crackle from it. Sunfinity. So the first Sunfinity was a single that came out several years ago, and this is the shrubby type multi-branched sunflower, and now they have come out with a double flowered called Yellow. Endless blooms all season long is absolutely accurate. It bloomed and bloomed and bloomed. I wasn't even home enough to deadhead it. The more I deadheaded it, the more it did bloom. Pollinators were all over it. And I must say, it was one of the last yellow blooms in my garden. It kept going late into the fall. 3 to 4 feet tall. I did put it in a container, but it would do wonderful in ground as well. Sweet pea, king size, so very king size flowers. Very perfume, aromatic, sweetly scented blooms, gently ruffled, a true deep blue. If you're going to grow it, give it plenty of room, something to grow up on, and it will make a stunning statement. Now we've got some tomatoes. Talk about some of our popular things: petunias, tomatoes, and hydrangeas. What more does your garden need? No, it does. It needs a lot of things. I'm just kidding. Tomato, Ruby Prize. All of these are F1 hybrids. Very large, 9 to 10 ounce fruits, 24 to 36 inches tall. So you've got a determinate tomato putting out a lot of very nice sized fruits. Tanatico, now we're going small. These are cherry tomatoes. This is an AAS winner, very high yielding, slow to crack or less cracking, and disease resistant. Tomato Tanatico. And then Pink Pixie is another cherry tomato. This one is pink. It is indeterminate, 5 to 6 feet tall. Great disease package and high yielding. Yellow version then is called Lemon Sugar, another indeterminate, 5 to 6 feet tall, high yield, high resistance to cracking, great disease resistance, all of these. You get these new tomato varieties out and they're going to be so much easier for you to grow. You don't have to worry about the diseases nearly as much as you had to 10, 15, 20 years ago. Unicorn is also a red cherry tomato. Great plant health, great disease, 5 to 6 feet tall. Pink Gal, it's a pink beefsteak. Now these are 220 to 240 grams, 0 cracking, 5 to 6 feet tall again, which is pretty much consistent here on most of our tomatoes this year. Honey Bee, I wish I could enlarge this photo for you so you could see it a little bit better. It's kind of an orangey stripe on these reddish fruits. So it's a cherry, improved artisan type of cherry tomato, only 15 to 20 grams each. These I would just pop all day. I'd be out at the tomato plant. They wouldn't make them inside, I don't think. And they're available as organic seed from Johnny's Selected Seeds. Another one from Johnny's is Woodstock. It kind of looks like a tie-dye tomato, right? Now, here's what's cool. There's a lot of green tomatoes. You're like, I don't know when to harvest them. This, it almost gives a signal. It puts a blush pink hue at the bottom of the tomato, at the base end of the tomato, and that way you know when it's ready to harvest. And our last tomato is Beefsteak Wonder Star Red. Very high yield, short period of time. And look at the size of this plant, 18 to 24 inches tall. Very compact, very early, 60 to 65 days to maturity from transplant. And again, more disease resistant. So that's Beefsteak Wonder Star Red. And we're getting now to our V's. So we're coming to the end of our presentation. Verbena Impress Sunkiss White. It's a brand new series, perfect for containers or landscape. You can see it's got a slight trailing, spilling habit, and it is under 12 inches tall. Another verbena is the Vanessa series. The new color is a bicolor light pink, so it's got light and medium pink there. Also good for baskets and hanging for containers and hanging baskets. Vinca Nirvana XDR. XDR means that it is disease resistant to Phytophthora. Very much a problem with Vinca, so try the Nirvana series. And then we've got Vinca Soleil Double Orchid. So 2 layers of frilly lilac purple petals. And I love how the interior petals just kind of keep forming like that little steeple over the interior. Very deep glossy green foliage. And then Vinca Titanium is a new series of very superior branching Vinca. Remember, anytime you hear superior branching, more branches means more flowers, more flower power. This one comes in a full range of colors: apricot, blush, dark red, really red, punch, polka dot white, and a mix. 12 to 18 inches tall here. And now we move to a Vitex Violet Mist, also called a chase tree. Very tight habit, but profusion of those blue purple flowers in early summer, great for pollinators, 3 to 4 feet tall, hardy zones 6 through 9. And now we're going to talk about a watermelon, and we're just going to sit here and think about summer and eating that fresh, crisp red watermelon right out of the garden. I was calling it an icebox type. They're calling it a rattlesnake striped watermelon. Good description. Up to 40-pound fruits. So hopefully you have a big family or a lot of friends over. Or if you really, really like watermelon, just keep it all for yourselves. But it's called Jubilance, Jubilance Watermelon. And last but not least is Zinnia Zydeco Fire. If you don't know what Zydeco is, go look it up. It's on our AAS website in the description. I always have fun researching some of these names. Very, very bright flowers, frilly, fully double, fiery orange blooms all summer long. 18 to 24 inches, you can still use those as cut flowers. And that is also an AAS winner. So with that, here's our website, ngb.org. Click on new plants. If you click on new plants, you're going to be able to search all these new plants. There might even be more than what I was able to fit in today. That's also where you'll find the green thumb. And then I see a question about what does it take to be an AAS winner. So AAS is another whole program that we manage here at National Garden Bureau, and it's a plant trialing program. So the breeders put in some of their best products, and we have volunteer independent judges who grow them out, rate them, compare them to other varieties on the market. And then if they have this superior garden performance, we named them, deemed them AAS winners. So that is the story behind AAS. It's the story behind the Green Thumb Award. We presented some of those winners, and we presented a huge majority of the new plants from our NGB members. So with that, happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Happy gardening this year. And thank you for coming. There are more webinars soon to come.